On Utah's Capitol Hill today, a focus on school safety following that deadly mass shooting in Georgia.
News specialist Daniel Woodruff showing us how lawmakers are trying to learn from that specific shooting to make schools a little bit safer here in Utah.
It ended because of that SRO.
As Utah's school security task force meeting got underway, Chair Ryan Wilcox noted there wasn't a lot on the agenda.
You know, we had the option to cancel. But because of what's happened, we also felt like it was super important that we have the conversation.
What happened was this shooting at Apalachee High School in Georgia that killed 2 students and 2 teachers. Wilcox, a Republican state lawmaker, says the shooting was tragic but instructive.
We've been able to learn a lot from each of these.
He says 2 things played a critical role in Georgia: a panic alarm system put in place just days earlier, and armed school resource officers who stopped the shooter. Earlier this year, the Utah legislature passed a law requiring panic buttons and armed guards in schools, which generated some controversy.
2 things that we've taken the most heat on are probably the 2 most important and made the biggest difference in real time in a real emergency.
But even with that, leaders say Utah isn't doing enough yet to make schools safer and prevent shootings.
If the attack happens, we've already missed it.
State Security Chief Matt Pennington says threats need to be tracked more closely. He also wants schools to detect weapons ahead of time as students come into the building.
We go to events all the time in this current day and age where you're going through it and you don't even think twice. You don't even really pay attention to it because the technology's advanced to the point where it just looks different.
Representative Steve Elison adds parents need to play a bigger role by securing their weapons.
Locking up the guns with the trigger lock or storing it off-site are some of the simplest things we can do to prevent both suicides and school shootings.
Representative Wilcox says he's heading to Georgia next week to visit Apalachee High School and try to learn more from what happened there to help Utah.
Because at the end of the day, all any of us care about is that we prevent the unnecessary loss of life.
At the Capitol, Daniel Woodruff, KSL 5 News.